How old are you?
28.
Let's say I wanted to take you out. How much do you expect me to spend on a first date?
Depends where we're going.
What's your expectation though?
I don't really have any.
So I could hit you up and say, hey, let's go to Burger King and get slushy?
No. I mean, at least nice 5-star type of restaurant, and then depending on how it goes, depending how I like you, and that all kind of goes with me even saying yes for a first actual date. So that takes a toll.
Okay. So a 5-star restaurant in Miami, how much is that gonna range?
Depends how many drinks you'll be ordering.
Average.
Anywhere from 300 to 800 maybe. Jump start, yeah.
So realistically, you expect a man to spend $800 on a first date?
Yeah.
Has it happened before?
Yeah.
I believe her. I believe that it's happened before because there's a lot of simps out there. First of all, stay out of Miami. Just, listen, y'all. I've lived there. I've spent an extraordinary amount of time there. I'm there on a regular basis, probably at least once a month, sometimes 2 and 3 times a month, especially in the wintertime. Just stay out of Miami. Real talk. Just the expectations of a lot of these chicks down in Miami and a lot of these guys that's out here tricking down in Miami. Just stay. If you a person that has any reasonable expectation for what it's like to actually find a decent person, just stay out of Miami because it's the weirdest place in the world in that it has the best weather. It does have beautiful women, but if you're not looking at it from the perspective of actually just having bust downs and you're actually trying to find a chick that you rocking with and be in a relationship with, just stay out of Miami because I'm never, ever, ever in life spending $800 on a date on any woman, let alone a woman that I just met. So that's A. B, you can't say that she has no expectations, but then has expectations. You know what I'm saying? You see the hypocrisy in the very beginning when he said that, do you have any expectations or whatever? And she like, no, it really don't matter. That's the facade, right? That's the chameleon in her that is telling you one thing, but it's a completely different thing on the back end because her expectations is actually to be a prostitute. This is nothing but modern day prostitution, and they framing it in the form of a date, right? A date is an opportunity for you to spend some time with somebody so you can get to know them and whether or not you want to continue to rock out with them, or if you even want them in your sphere in the first place. A date is not supposed to be an opportunity for her to be able to come up on you on an $800 date in order to be able to justify spending a whole bunch of money on drinks and you don't even know if you're gonna get the box on the other side of it. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's a very weird dynamic that we see happening today. And it's going the same way as the economy is that there's no middle class, there's no reasonable expectation. And if you actually looking for a chick that's rocking out with you, don't spend no money on her. I mean, listen, bro, you need to really get in your bag with your ability to be able to identify things that really don't cost no money at all. I mean, if she ain't willing to go out and kick it at the coffee shop, if she ain't willing to go out and just, you know what I'm saying, chill out at the park and go and get some ice cream after and just slow motion, if she ain't willing to just rock out like that, then she not really worth your time because she's really, the guy that she want to rock with, she gonna do whatever for him anyway, right? There is gonna be no expectation for the dude that she really want. She's gonna make every sacrifice in the book. The same way on the flip side that you wanna be in this chick's presence. And so she sets the standard and whether or not you're gonna meet that standard is gonna be based off of whether or not you really wanna rock out with her. And so what most dudes need to understand is that you don't have to be that desperate just for a chick that then is gonna require you to spend all of this money and then put you in her phone as food and know whether or not she gonna finesse you from the very beginning. The minute that she meets you, she already know whether or not she wanna sleep with you. And so what she talking about as far as depend on whether or not we get drinks and all of that other type of stuff, that's dependent on a finesse. That's the prostitution aspect of what we see happening with women today in society. And y'all gotta start creating expectations and from the very beginning saying, nah, I'm not doing it. I'm not going. Most reasonable people, I ain't even talking about whether or not you want to or not. Most reasonable people don't have $800 to just be regularly taking out a chick like that got these outsized expectations. And then what do he get in return? Okay, so usually what happens is if you spend in a bag on something, right? Let's just take the dating aspect out of it. Usually what happens is if you spend in a bag on something, then you expect to get something in return. It's a return on investment, fund, whatever, so on and so forth. So a dude is supposed to take you out, entertain you, go back and forth, have conversations, buy you drinks, pay the bill at the end of the night, and tip, because that's an American culture thing. In addition to whatever his expenses is, get fresh, you know what I'm saying? Trying to impress you and all for what? I'm gonna tell you, bro, the box ain't even work. I don't care who she is, bro. Unless it's one of your grail chicks that you grew up watching and you got the opportunity to be able to bust them down, and it's a thing that you need to get off. A regular chick down in Miami or wherever it is that you at, New York, California, Chicago, DC, Atlanta, Houston, Dallas, whatever it is that you want to label it as, a regular chick down in Miami, and you basically paying $800 for the possibility of sleeping with her, and she set the expectation. See, that's the problem. A lot of y'all ain't setting the expectation that the chick need to meet, but y'all letting her set the expectation of what it is that you need to do, and even to be in her presence. Man, get out of here with that, bro. I'm not rocking with it. I would never suggest for a dude. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care if you're a dude that is making 50, 60, 70, 120, 280, $5,000 a day. I don't care what you're making. You had to trade in your time for that money, and you should not, in any circumstance whatsoever, be spending $800 on entertaining a chick for the possibility of spending more time with her later. It is not a thing. It is not a thing that you should ever consider. And if she trying to use you like that, then she trying to misuse you. I don't know. Let me know. Maybe my expectations is off, but I was taught when I was coming up to never spend an egregious amount of money on a woman. A woman is supposed to invest in a man because ultimately she's the beneficiary of his greatness. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you think that you should ever, and what it is that you should spend on a date should be $800, and what is your expectation? Not what's my expectation, what's your expectation of what it is that you think you should be spending on a date for the possibility of being able to be in this chick's presence? I'm saying 0. I'm not interested. Keep it moving. You was nice to look at in passing, but that's all I care about, and I'm keeping it moving from there. Let me know in the comments what you think. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. In addition to that, make sure you get that Teach Hanley 30% off your first order plus a free gift. If you don't have that Teach pack, then you're really missing out. I think that most of this is cap, honestly. I just genuinely don't think that most dudes is out here spending $800, $300 to $800 on a date with a chick. I don't care what you look like. That's just wild to me. And if y'all doing that, then man, y'all simping out like crazy. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. Peace.